Hello, and welcome. You are about to enter the Large K Podcast.
What's up, everybody? My name is Kazu, and welcome to Large K Podcast. On this show, I interview bands and artists, and we talk about music, favorite shows, and how they got to where they're at. For today's show, I talked with Marvin J, Denise, Drew, and Marvin Z of Bones Like Snowflakes. They are a post-rock band from Los Angeles, California. I happen to have a mutual friend with Marvin J, so I connected with him, and we scheduled this interview. Marvin moved to Los Angeles 7 years ago from the Philippines and started this project with his friends. The band put out few releases but went into hiatus, and this year they started playing some shows, so it was really interesting to understand the flow of this band. Everybody in the band is all good friends, and each of their contributions creates this really unique dynamic to their sound. They're all wonderful people, and I had a lot of fun talking with them. We got into topics like favorite shows, crashed hard drives, and musical background of each band members. Alright, let's get right into it. Here's my conversation with Bones Like Snowflakes. Enjoy!
I will be hungry at some point.
We'll put a pin on it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So just to make sure, like you guys all know each other from college, basically, or
No.
not really, or like,
No.
is it?
It's
all over the
history.
place.
Yeah,
we know each other from college.
Oh,
from back home.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where it all starts.
Just wondering, yeah.
yeah. That's pretty much where it all starts. 7 years ago, 7 years ago now I moved here from the Philippines. So that's pretty much like where my entire background comes from. And then we went to college together.
Mm-hmm.
But before that happened, we went to high school together back home.
Yeah, I've known him since I was, where were we, like 12?
Yeah, it's been 15.
Yeah.
I've known him since I was 15.
Whoa.
Yeah, so we performed a band together like here and there back home. Then ended up managing one of their bands. But for college, you moved, right?
Well, for college, I went to UCI. I guess that's where I met Jesse.
Okay.
Then, I lived in Irvine, and then he worked in Orange County in Newport.
Okay.
So we were actually roommates back then.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but before that happened, we went to college together.
Yeah.
And then I moved out right after college.
And I also moved.
Yeah.
And then we just touched base and decided to.
So it's kind of all over the place.
It is.
It
really
all
is.
over the place. We haven't even gone into his history.
Yeah.
With Drew.
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So, I met Drew at work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
we're interning together.
Yeah, we were interning together and we got along really well.
Where at?
At Remote Control Productions
okay.
in Santa Monica.
Okay.
And then we just started hanging out. And then when we were looking for a bassist, like we just thought about Drew.
Oh, I met him in one of your parties.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, the ones we were talking about.
Yeah.
And like we became acquaintances in one of her parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met
okay.
at the Staves concert.
Yes,
That's
and then we
true.
met at the Staves concert, which I have a poster of over there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And
wow.
we met at the Staves concert, but like we never really got to talking until we started rehearsing, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the interesting part about that entire history is the idea was that like I came here with like a bunch of songs, and they were my first contacts here because like I knew them from high school and college. So
Okay.
and I knew that they were musicians. So I was like let's get together and try to do something.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting. Like I've loved having Drew and Nash, who's our drummer, who's not here right now.
Okay.
Like be a part of the band and at the same time like keep the core of like us having known each other for so long, like kind of be there. It's been great.
That's. I was wondering, since there are two Marvins in here, like what do you guys call each other? Like.
Well, I call him Marv.
Yeah.
That's just what I've been calling him since forever.
But
he's-
that's like for us from back home.
Yeah, no one does that here.
Here we call him
I've been saying Marvy Z.
For him.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Marvy Z.
Marvin, but he's like Marvin Z and he's Marvin J.
Marvin
Yeah.
Joseph.
Yeah.
So that's the funny thing is I try to introduce myself as Marvin Joseph when
Oh.
I can, but like no one wants to say 4 syllables.
That's
in,
true.
Yeah, in a name, so I end up being either Marvin or Joseph,
Okay.
but I am Marvin Joseph.
Yeah, let's just go over it really quick. So Marvin J, guitar, right? And then we got Denise on keyboard.
Yes.
And we got Drew on
The bass.
bass, okay. And then we got
Marvin
Marvin Z on guitars. Marvin Z on guitars. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
And Nash on drums.
Nash on drums.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Right on.
some rather have fun without us.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering because I did read that like you said you came from the Philippines
Yeah.
and you were playing in a band there, but like do a lot of people there listen to like post rock and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah,
They
right.
do?
It's like
Yes.
post and math rock.
Really,
Yes.
that's interesting.
There's
It's-
a lot of math rock bands popping up and
That's so interesting.
post rock. Yeah.
It's starting to be on the come up because
Yeah.
it's
I
so
think
the-
it's always been like
Yeah.
right up there. Yeah.
Well, to speak to that even more, like before I started Bones, actually I was starting to write for Bones material when I was in a post rock band back home that was Don't Forget Clementine, and we were kids who just really wanted to play instrumental music,
Yeah.
and we only had one other post rock band that wanted to open for us, like for when we were doing headlining stuff.
Okay.
So it was starting to like really like get a revival because that other band was like really old and they haven't played shows. Encounters with the Yeti.
Oh yeah.
So they were the only ones that were kind of there when we were there, and then after the both of us like started to like ramp up,
Yeah.
like everyone else just started to show, and like the whole
Right.
scene just like came about, and it's pretty nutty that like I left and started Bones here.
That's
Well,
right.
The thing is, like, the reason why I said that they felt like it's always been up there is because, you know, like Southeast Asia and there's like East Asia.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of bands that come out of that region or those
Yeah.
regions. Like,
That's
you know,
true.
just look at like Japan. There's like Mono,
We love Toe.
Toe.
Toe,
Mhm.
yeah. Toe's
Those
ties.
type
Those
of
so
bands.
huge.
I think it's it's huge.
Yeah, Toe's been around
Yeah, they've been
for
there
a
like
long
forever.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Influences like, for a lot of bands.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. So you've been in like different bands. Marvin J has been in a lot of different bands before, but for rest of you guys, like, have you guys been involved in like different projects in the past too?
Oh yeah.
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 Definitely.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, I guess
Z, Marvin Z.
Marvin C. Yeah. Back in high school, I was like involved in a lot of like different shit.
Just like shooting the shit and like being in the studio. Like, yeah.
I guess after I left, I still wanted to be into music, but I didn't really pursue it that much.
Yeah.
I guess when I got here, I was into like the MySpace scene, where like people would hit me up and we would jam, you know, try to form a band, but then break up like 3 weeks after.
Wow.
Form another band.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you got into Open Jam too. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, well then he got here, 2010, and then we started this Looks Like Snowflakes project, and then we did that for a while, but then it fell off.
Yeah.
And then I went to Irvine, and then I was involved in like a music club called Open Jam, UCI, and I did a lot of the music stuff there too.
Okay.
Yeah, like random bands, and then what else did I do?
Day 4 or 5.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess after UCI, I started like a solo project called Day 4 or 5.
What kind of stuff is it?
It's emo post rock.
That's tight.
It's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
it's
And we all played it too.
We all played it. Yeah, we're there somewhere.
Yeah.
I have my hands all over the place.
We all just kind of just like revolve, just like rotate instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's more math, actually. Your stuff. It's more math.
yeah, it's yeah.
Oh, I see.
Then now I'm still pretty involved in music stuff, but more on the production side.
That's tight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus you do the series, right, on YouTube, the Road.
Oh
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have a production group called Ring Road Media.
Yeah.
We do live recordings. That's what I've been busy with.
Yeah, I saw that video for COVID. Like that was tight.
yeah.
That was
Yeah,
tight.
they were
so
really
good.
good.
So great.
I love the Butcherettes one.
Yeah, they were
So
pretty
good.
good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to check that one out too. What about you, Drew?
Yeah, I've been writing music for myself for a long time. When I'm writing for myself, it's more of folk music, but you know, I don't know. I really don't like to label myself, so I don't really know half the time what to call it. But you know,
Okay.
yeah, it's
She's an amazing singer as well.
thank you.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I'm pretty involved into the underground music scene out near Detroit and southeast Michigan
Yeah.
because I grew up and went to college there. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So like pretty soon there's going to be like a underground music festival called the Rockamura. That's like I helped organize out there, and it's like 23 bands I think this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and
Damn.
it's like in the span of 10 hours, so there's
That's
two,
nice.
two stages going constantly, and all in just a big boarding
sick,
house
dude.
and shit.
That's fucking sick.
Damn. Dude.
Yeah, so it's just like underground shows, like a lot of basement shows, because we can
Yeah.
have basements in Michigan. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, it's nice.
So they get flooded in like in the snow and shit, or no?
Oh, in the wintertime?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a level hazard.
That's a
live
different
there.
story, right?
Damn.
Yeah, but in the summertime it's really cool out there.
Nice.
Wow.
It's
Sure.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been writing music for myself the majority of my life too, and joining this band actually it's been wonderful because leading a band is really stressful, and like you know I'm still learning how to like give people the creative freedom, but also give people my my 2 cents of what I think their direction is going.
Yeah.
And so like it's really nice to be on the opposite side of that and to like be given direction and
Yeah.
to
To be a part of something, right? Like,
Yeah.
I see.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
What about you, Denise?
I have been playing in bands ever since I was in high school, kind of like these guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
We all kind of ran in the same circles, but
pretty much,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
My very first band was like, a rock band, all girl rock band, and then I was in a reggae band for a little while.
What? Okay.
And then reggae pop, and then for most of like 2010 to 2014 and 13 when I moved here, I was in
Yeah.
a jazz pop band
Okay.
back home still.
Jazz pop?
Yeah, pop jazz. Jazz
right.
alternative.
Jazz alternate, kind of
Yeah.
like C in the Cake type stuff, or like.
I don't really know what we sound like.
Yeah.
It's hard
You-
to
I mean,
explain.
you know
it's
what
really
we
hard to
sound
explain
like,
because
yeah.
like it's jazz fusioned with
It's jazz influenced pop.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
But yeah,
Exactly.
that one was like really cool. And then Bones.
Bones.
And I've been writing music for films and TV, so I feel like I bring in a lot of that cinematic like aspect to our live performances
Absolutely.
and like some of the records.
Damn, dude. So it's like each of the members are like, doing something like on their own.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And it's beautiful how it merges
Yeah.
into one.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I've never seen it come to life like this.
It's
Yeah,
talent.
because I feel like the songs, like they make it post rock, and then I don't know, I'm doing like something else. It's not really
Which I think is
post-rock.
like I think that really like contributes to the fabric of what we do. So
I think my favorite thing that you do is the weird tappy stuff.
Yeah, that's
Tabs.
definitely
Yeah,
his signature.
up on the high up on the neck. He does.
yeah, that has his name all over it.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean, yeah, I really like those types of riffs.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then-
everyone else does too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was wondering, how did you guys get that name, Bones Like Snowflakes?
Yeah, as
Kind of a basic band question, but just wanted to
yeah, no,
get it
that's
out there.
that's
Yeah.
a good question.
Get it over with.
It's gonna sound like such a fucking pretentious, shitty thing, but it actually came to me like in a weird dream, where I was like, it was strange. Like I just remember, like I still have that notebook like somewhere there actually, where I woke up from this like really strange dream, and I just started to write out like a track list for something.
Yeah.
And then the head of it being Bones Like Snowflakes. The idea was like it came from a poem that I wrote straight out of that dream, which basically has this idea of bones being so unique and so like identifiable from one another that they're kind of like snowflakes.
Oh, okay.
So that's where that's from, and like some other weird shitty concepts came from that dream, but I feel like Bones really stood out.
Yeah.
It also comes from the idea of like, especially now in modern times, it's like I tried to come up with something that's easy to Google, and because there's a lot of shit out there that's like hard to Google. So I was like,
That's right.
I'd like a name that's like easy to Google, and when you hit it, like when you hit query, like bang, we're right up
I'm
there.
feeling lucky.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, it did come from it did come in a dream, and that was in a weird transition period. Like it was literally a month before I was moving out here. So like my emotions were like running on high because it was like a matter of saying goodbye to people and saying see you later, and it was just a lot of weird shit happening. So yeah.
Well, I gotta say, like, for the search of Bones Like Snowflakes, you guys are the first one that comes up. So,
Awesome.
you did something right there.
There you go. There you go.
That's a good brand.
Thank you.
Search engine optimization. Love it. SEO.
Thank you, Google
Here's
guys.
our product manager in the
Yeah.
works.
Oh yeah, you work for like a marketing company. right? Or,
I
like,
did, yes.
Okay.
I did work for a marketing company, and then now I actually am a product manager for an app. Basically, our company is like in the long run, we really want to try to solve the LA parking crisis.
Okay.
So it's kind of like we're trying to unlock some inventory out there for parking. Because
Okay.
LA's parking is kind of shitty. So
Oh, it's extremely shitty. Yeah.
right, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, you go to some places, you're gonna get ticketed, or like
Fuck,
I mean,
right.
yeah, I mean, Long Beach sucks. I'm sorry, but like that parking is shitty as hell.
It was
Like,
terrible.
that's-
I lived on Linden in Ocean, and I did not have parking at that time. I had a studio, like such a fucking cute little quaint place, but I didn't have parking. So,
Yeah,
I hated
like,
visiting you.
yeah, it was terrible. It was
It's like,
fucking.
do I have parking?
It was a nightmare. It was definitely a nightmare. But I will say that some of the songs that we play actually now from Winter Key and Summer Blankets are from that time when I was transitioning from Irvine to Long Beach.
Oh,
That
okay.
was really cool.
That's interesting, though.
Drew, I think you were gonna say something.
Oh no, I was just gonna make a joke, but it.
All right, well we're here, so we might as well.
No, it's
The shitty parking and
Yeah. something about not drinking enough milk because your bones are like snowflakes. And
Oh.
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 Great.
so,
That's the less
There's a joke somewhere in
pretentious
there.
yeah,
explanation.
it's okay.
There's a joke somewhere in there.
I lost
get
it.
Yeah. No, I mean, one thing that I'm like really like surprised was I didn't get to like see you guys at that post rock night, but Jesse has like told
Yeah.
me about the band, and and after I looked you guys up, I was like, wow, like you guys are like really fucking good, like especially like looking up the which album was it? Yeah, so the second Start to the Right, then Straight Till Morning. Like after listening to that, it gave me this like it reminisced a bit of the Young Mountain era of This Will Destroy You,
Yeah.
and like there's like a lot of noodliness from like maybe derived from like American football or something like that,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this core combination of this like the post rock at that time with like a bit of like Midwest emo. So like I just think it's a really cool combination of sounds.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so I really enjoy it. But
Thanks.
yeah, so you guys have been like releasing projects since like 2010, and
Yeah.
then this album that I mentioned right here was in 2011,
Yes.
and I think that was like, well, there was like another split, and I think like that was about it. But
13,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
That
so,
was 13.
okay, yeah. Were you guys
no,
like
it was 2012.
2012?
Oh yeah, 12 because
Because we
we
released
launched
it
12. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it accurately.
Yeah.
I really tried to finish everything so that we can do a 12 release, just so I can do it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was just a dumb thing that I wanted to do.
And that one we did remotely.
Yes, we did it remotely. Winter Key we had to do remotely because I was like we didn't do it remotely. Like I actually got him.
We were roommates. Back then.
Yeah, so I got him to play a lot of the I got to lay a lot of his tracks down either at our apartment in Irvine, or I would take him all the way to my other like remote studio all the way out in like in Fontana.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, my parents had a house there, and then they were like, well, you still have this room here and no one's using it, so you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. So I was like, cool, I'll turn it into a fucking studio.
They said like you could do whatever the fuck you want with it.
That's
Yeah.
exactly those are
That's
exactly my
exactly
dad's
what they
words.
said, yeah.
Hi, Dad.
One half pipe later.
Yeah, because I was wondering, because this project is like it came out like 6 years ago, so like the feeling of like listening to it now compared like back then, like, you know, is the feeling, would you say, is it still the same like as you go back to the project? Or
Yeah, for me personally, being that I wrote the songs, it's really interesting getting transported back to those feelings and emotions of like when I started to write it.
Yeah.
Marvin keeps teasing me of like, what are you gonna say when they ask you like, why do you sit down when you play shows? Because I take my drum stool with me when we play shows because I like sitting down.
Yeah.
But it's also because like it like playing these songs really just takes me back to that introverted space of like writing them.
Yeah.
From way back when. That's really all I had at that point in my life, and it's a really good feeling just to not only celebrate the idea that these songs were created at that place and time, but also celebrate it with people. Not only yourselves as the band members and bandmates who you guys are so amazingly talented, but also like people and audience who are actually coming to see us.
Yeah.
I think it's a great celebration for all of those moments, all those trials and tribulations I had as an artist, it's been amazing.
Yeah, it's a solid project. I like that song, "The World Is Golden." Yours?
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's not. That's actually like I wrote that as a part 2 of Anti-Hero from Rewriting Icarus, which is the EP before that.
Oh, okay.
The idea was to write a part 2 of that song, but not explicitly say in the title that it's a part 2.
Yeah.
But they pretty much like stem off of the same like root chords.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And like, so after like this one and then the split, like you guys kind of went on like a little hiatus to kind you pursue
Use
like,
hiatus, yeah.
Yeah. I guess hiatus is the right word for it.
Absolutely, it is the right word for it, yeah.
Or was it? Or were you guys like calling it? Were you guys planning on calling it quits before that? Or
No, not really. Like there wasn't. I don't think there was ever really like an explicit thing to say that like I'm out. It's like every once in a while I try to say that I'm out, but like
fuck
really,
this.
like exactly. Like you guys know. You guys know
Yeah.
of all people. Like they know that I always say like I'm out. I don't want to do this shit anymore. But like I keep coming back. I just keep coming back, and it's with purpose though.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you guys feel about the hiatus that we take, like the breaks that we take? I feel like they're good.
It's
Honestly, like
just
healthy.
natural because I moved back to the Philippines.
You did?
Like,
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we just had to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, even when I moved back here, we didn't really start jamming bone stuff until like this year.
Until about 2-3 months
Yeah.
ago, yeah.
But it's good because it gives us space to like do our own stuff and reintroduce like our stuff back into Bones.
Yeah.
You know, like stuff we've discovered on our own, and it's just perfect.
Yeah. Plus, you guys are like all back together now, playing music. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we always hang out.
We do.
Even if like we're not always jamming, but we're always hanging out.
Yeah.
So like that sometimes it's just like let's do something about this hanging out and
Yeah.
be productive about
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
What were you doing in the hiatus?
The emo place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like the hiatus was, I mean, like personally, was needed
Yeah.
for me. Like I think at that time when you were like playing back in the day, like I was really uninspired.
Yeah,
Like,
I was strongly driving to the hoop too. Like it got fucking crazy to the point where we were taking shows that were pay per play.
Mhm.
Oh, like chain reaction type shit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
chain
Yeah.
reaction.
Like we played chain like for a pay-for-play thing, and because I didn't know, like I was pretty much just like taking everything from the playbook and trying to make it
Yeah,
out here
yeah.
because I didn't know. I was just coming from the Philippines, so I didn't really know like exactly if there was a scene or if there was one, where
Yeah.
was it? So I was pretty much just like playing all my cards, but not playing them smart.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes. Anyways, to your point.
But yeah, like I was so uninspired.
Yeah.
You know, like for example, when we tried recording for that split EP,
Mm-hmm.
like the riffs that I would do, like, you know, I would try to make it sound good and like as complicated as I would want it to.
Yeah.
Which was great actually.
Yeah.
Winter Key came out great. I feel like.
Yeah, but then like when I would play it at that time, I would like have the hardest time, just like, oh, why did I even like do this riff? And then just like flash forward to now, and then just like, oh wow, like, you know, that riff was good. Like, you know, I feel like I'm not having as hard a time as compared to before, and I could like think of like more stuff to put on top of that. So I feel like that's really a needed break, just like being more inspired, just having more ideas.
Yeah.
And I feel like from what he was saying before, like when we were playing post rock, I think here in LA before, not a lot of people were really into it as compared as to now.
Dude, now it's like a lot of people.
It's a fucking thing now, man. It's like
the
yeah.
appreciation is just like way better. It's on a different level. Like so many bands out there inspired by all these like bands that we also look up to.
Yeah. So I mean, look at Young Lovers, for example. You know, like
yeah, Young Lovers.
yeah, dude, they're
Good shit.
fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're all Filipinos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, one of my friends told me like, oh, like you guys remind me of Young Lovers. It's like all Filipino post rock.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, that's us.
And by the way, he's
Oh,
Filipino by
like-
proximity.
Yeah.
By proximity.
I mean, like, he told me that
By
before we,
proximity,
like,
he's
started,
he's a brother.
I see. So Drew came in like at the end of all, like
He came in for these shows actually. Like he came in
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
right when we started to take shows again and start to like get together.
gotcha.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, there was like a few times at Denise's place where we just kind of got drunk and had a few jam sessions.
Mhm.
And,
Nice.
and I didn't realize
Yeah.
about it. I think that was my trial period.
That was your tryout.
Yeah.
You passed.
You had no
Yeah,
idea
so-
we were auditioning you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So and so they've been sending me, you know, the set lists and songs, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and my dad's a bass player too, so it's like there's a part of me that's like resents the fact that I'm like a chip off the old block, but like also like I'm really, you know, I feel like
It's something to be
I
proud
feel
of.
like I was destined to play
Absolutely.
bass
It was
in some
Yeah.
in some capacity. So yeah, it's been awesome. I've been really enjoying it too, and I have a tendency to try to play melodically. And
Yeah.
I feel like
And that
that
really works
complements-
for the sound.
I hope so. Yeah.
Definitely.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I mean, like again, going back to just like, you know, different stuff that we put on the table.
Yeah.
It's not all the same. But
Yeah.
then together it sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy with it.
It sounds solid.
Compromise.
Yeah, that's just very cultural too. I mean, like the fact that everyone brings something new to the table and everyone brings their own flavor. I mean, Philippine culture is a lot like that. The idea that like we were colonies of Western cultures for decades, for years and years and years. Like
Yeah.
it took centuries of reinforcement between Spanish and American and Japanese and like all these cultures. We are a melting pot.
Yeah.
And I think that that's part of just like what we like to offer is the idea that like, you know, we have something different to bring to this one unified project.
Mhm.
And I just think that that's like a really interesting idea to play around with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So like, yeah, then it must have felt like really awesome, like playing those like 2 shows, right? The
Yeah.
last 2 shows that you guys
It's
did.
been so
yeah.
fun. It's been so fucking fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't quit it.
Yeah.
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 I was only gonna do one. Like
Yeah. I thought-
it's really tiring.
I felt it too.
Yeah.
You know, having to schedule practices
Yeah.
and doing your own practices at home after. I mean, especially if you're after having to do music the whole day and coming
Exactly.
home to doing more music, and I'm like, I need
Yeah.
a break. But after that first show, I was like, fuck,
I get it.
yeah,
I get it.
yeah, I will do this.
Good
I
vibes.
can get used to it.
Yeah, it was so much
Really-
fun.
Yeah.
Really good vibes.
What an accomplishment, right? Like
Yeah.
to be able to get
Totally.
get that far and stuff.
And I think, like, to your point, it is quite an accomplishment. The idea that because all of this was indeed a project. Like it started in a bedroom setting where like I was writing the songs and I would bring people in and just track everything down. But like honestly, stuff never gets played live until it's requested to be played live.
Of course, yeah.
So to be able to just hear all the instruments at one time, like at one point in time, like that convergence is quite nice.
Sweet. So does that mean Bones are honing in on a new project right now, or?
Yes, I will say yes and a no in that there are so many ideas of what I want to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like the finding time for it and also finding space for it has been the challenge.
Of course, yeah.
Since pretty much 13, since 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
The challenge has always been to be able to again find my place and really sit down and write. There are a lot of ideas, but the one thing that I really want to like sit down and hone into is the idea of my love letter to Los Angeles, because I've been living here for so long now, and I keep coming back or I keep staying for some reason, and there's just a weird air to it that I really want to dismantle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be about.
It's gonna be LA.
Yeah, it's gonna be about LA.
It's gonna be LA. It's gonna be fun. Because the last one, Winter Key, was really a transition Irvine to Long Beach kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that really had a more urban feel, and then, but before then, it was just like outer space shit with Second Star.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you were able to. I'm not sure, but if you did download it from Bandcamp, you will get like the album art with it that explains pretty much like the concept and the theory behind like why I wrote it.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Some deeper meaning behind
Some weird loss of thermodynamic shit. Yeah. No, I'm serious. Like it's I can show you real quick.
I see.
Entropy, man.
Imagine like since like if the next album's gonna be about like LA and stuff, it just turns into like a West Coast hip hop album or something.
I was just thinking that.
We have,
Like it's gonna be hip hop,
fucking-
definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love hip hop.
Let's lead.
Yeah.
Let's get some growlers up in here.
Yeah.
And we
But
do
yeah.
all love hip hop.
Oh, okay.
I started it off with like Michio Kaku's, because I was getting really into string theory at the time when I was writing Second Star. So I quoted like this sort of this.
Wow, you got really deep into it then. Huh?
I got like fucking knuckles deep on that shit because that's all I had at that time. He didn't see me for like 8 months, I think, because
Yeah, he
I hold
went
in.
into like hiding.
I hold in. I hold the fuck in.
He was in
really?
like a
Yeah.
monk mode.
Yeah.
Monk
Yeah, like we didn't see him for
I mean-
a while, and then he just
That's
came out
great.
with like an EP.
Yeah, next thing everyone knew, I just was out with new music. But the cool thing about this art actually is that I collaborated with some of our friends from back home. The visual artists that create all the art so far for album art for Bones
Yeah.
are artist friends of ours from back home that I still hit up every once in a while. They're
Okay.
the art directors of my life. But
Yeah.
we're always open to collaboration, or we're always open to making mixed media things.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure even for the next album, you're thinking a lot about it. So like when you say like there's gonna be that time and space, like
Yeah.
probably gonna be in a cave for another 8 months and then
I
like,
hope
not see
so.
each other.
I miss that feeling of just like caving in and not doing anything, but really just like soaking into self-loading and self-deprecation and just kind of writing songs about it.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Yeah. This next question is something that I like to ask on every podcast, and as much as like, because we're all musicians and like we love to play shows, but at the same time we're all an audience too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask like, what was one of the best bands or artists that you've seen live?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Bon Iver.
Bon Iver.
The
Number
bowl
one.
show?
Yeah,
show?
that show.
Yeah, that show.
Really? Yeah.
That
Yeah.
show.
2016. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was in last year.
At the Hollywood Bowl. It was slightly raining, and
So
I was
good.
slightly crying,
good.
but you couldn't tell
It was
because it was slightly raining. It was just beautiful. His
Wow.
band was amazing, and he's just amazing.
I would say Grizzly Bear
Yeah.
in Fillmore, Detroit.
Yeah.
Because it was funny. They were playing with the XX.
Mm.
Oh,
And-
really?
Yeah, and I thought that they were the closer,
Yeah.
but they were
Oh.
opening. So I actually
That's
like,
awesome.
so I like Grizzly Bear played their show, and I I just honestly couldn't tell you what happened within the span of that hour that they played because I was just completely hypnotized.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
The sound was so good, and they're doing something weird where they're like playing a clarinet and through an octavizer and using it as a bass guitar.
Oh shit!
What?
Yeah, it was
That's
it was
fucking
some
trippy.
weird shit, but I've never heard anything else like it before. It was just amazing, and I was just hypnotized, and I was like, I had tunnel vision. I'm like, well, I can die now, I guess. so then I thought
That's a
that
wonderful
because I
feeling.
got there kind of late, and I thought that we had missed the XX,
Yeah.
so he just walked out. It didn't
Oh
even.
shit! You didn't even see it.
No, we didn't even see it.
Oh my god.
And you know what? I will say I love the XX, but I still feel completely satisfied with that night because
That's awesome.
That's awesome though.
Where was this?
In the Fillmore.
Oh,
Yeah, in Detroit.
Damn, dude, that's a good story. That's
That's great.
yeah. I remember like walking into well, it's funny now that you say that like you missed like the headliner, but I remember going into because I lived in San Francisco and then
Oh, nice.
I went to Fillmore to go see Kurt Vile, and then I remember just getting like really drunk before walking in.
That's awesome.
And all I remember about the show was like me walking in and walking out with like a t-shirt.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
so
that's
blackout
wonderful.
drunk that I didn't even remember the show.
Hey man, that's how you know we had a good time.
Yeah, shout out to Kurt Vile, I love you. No, you go ahead
Oh,
if you
I
have
think mine was American football 2014.
That's a good one.
at the Fonda. Or-
No, in New
14
York.
in New York, that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that was like the summer when they kind of reunited and they announced like 2 shows. It was only New York and Chicago, and nobody at that time like thought they were gonna go to the East Coast. I mean, to the West Coast.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when they announced that, we all just like booked a flight to New York, and it
Yes.
just so happened that that show was on my birthday that year.
Yes.
So it was like, oh, and I also haven't been to New York. So
Yeah.
damn, this is like, it's like it all makes sense.
Yeah.
This is like, it's gonna
The
happen.
planets aligned.
Yeah, and then when I was there, like, I don't know, I feel like I was like in a weird point in my life.
I see.
We're
But then-
always in weird
yeah,
places.
Yeah.
but then like American football has always been like that. Like LP1 has always been that album that I would listen to. And I don't know, you just wanna feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
Just try to
It's a good way to
know
put
what
it,
you
yeah.
need to do in life.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess like at that point, it just like it all really just made sense. It's
Yeah.
like, at this moment, this band that I really loved at a certain time, it was just like it was perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's pretty tight.
That's awesome, man. I don't even. It's been a lot, but I think I'll answer with 2. First is The National and Hollywood Forever. The National is like my favorite band.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, they're the favorite modern band. You know, like the rock revival kind of thing. I love it.
Yeah. By the way, I forgot to mention this, like as I was like asking this question, but you could also include like a DIY show too, like
Oh, cool.
if you wanted to.
Oh, nice.
If you wanted to, yeah.
Oh, I'd have to think about that. Nothing played with Trinidad James. That was the weirdest
that
thing
was
ever.
fun.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
that was so
Nothing?
fun.
Like
Yeah.
a shoegaze band? Nothing?
Yeah. So nothing played like a nothing played a show at, like
It's
where was
in a
that place?
random house
Yes.
in Arts District. It's kind of like a warehouse, I think.
Yeah, it was a warehouse. It was an abandoned warehouse where like it's definitely not meant for shows.
Yeah.
Like it was not zoned for anything like a public event at all.
Yeah.
Like it was some fucking weird shit that was it was hot. Like they only had one bathroom for 100 people. It was weird. But we did go see Nothing, and all of a sudden, right out of nowhere, Trinidad James comes out and they play "Go Mache," and it's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
like I'm there just like fucking jamming on that shit, and I'm like, wow, this is weird and awesome at the same time. So that would have to like go up there as one of my favorite weird shows.
Yeah.
Nothing with
Yeah.
Trinidad James.
Dude, I was
Damn,
like,
that's
yeah,
interesting.
that night.
Yeah, yeah. Because like Kendrick was also like mad beefing on Trinidad James at that time, so like I was like super like kind of iffy about Trinidad James, but the fact that he was there and the fact that I got to see him at a weird show, I was like, okay, I respect it.
That's one of the most
I'm game.
random ass show like
Yeah,
ever.
it's super random.
It was like their secret. Like they only announced like the place I think an hour before the show.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah. So yes, the National Hollywood Forever. That's one of my favorites, and Neutral Milk Hotel at Pappy and Harriet's.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a good show. It's a fucking amazing show because like they played most of In the Airplane Over the Sea.
They have to. I mean,
That's my favorite show that I never went to was Radiohead and The Shrine. But
oh yeah, that was fucked up. Like
yeah, that was just like mean fucked up. But yes, I love Radiohead too. But yes, those are my favorite shows.
Yeah, I remember trying to get tickets to those. Like resale was like $2,000 or whatever.
Yeah, it was too much.
Oh,
but I think the crazy thing about that though is if you got it in resale, you still had to like the original guy who actually did the purchase still has to show up and like show their ID for them to release the tickets.
No.
Yeah, I have an entire story about like someone I dated about that. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
You'll hear about it in the next album.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure like that's crazy. Yeah, I think Radiohead is like against scalping and shit like that, so they created that system. Yeah,
which I love. You know, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate like they try to do as much as they can to ensure that like the fans,
as much fans can
get to
go,
the show.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I already asked about like the whole like what could possibly be done in terms of like new music, because like you said like you needed time and stuff like that. But like in terms of like shows, like, you know, were you guys like thinking about playing more shows later on too?
Absolutely.
Like, this year?
Yeah, and I feel like the roadmap to that would be well, first we're going to be on like a 2-month break.
Just because it's summertime and
it's summertime and
we're all
like people are
traveling
going
at
on
different
vacation,
times.
like, you know, like we definitely want to take a break and stuff.
But we do want to do a ring road session.
Oh
yeah.
That'd be tight. Yeah.
At some point.
Maybe
That's in the
like
books.
Yeah, like end of summer.
Yeah.
Sometime.
That's in the books.
Okay.
And so in another thing in the books, like while we're taking this break, is first and foremost, a lot of the songs that we wrote, especially in rewriting Icarus and also in Second Star, require for a drum machine for live shows.
Yeah.
So I need to be able to like get our backline pretty much like figured out and get the rig figured out so that we can actually play those. And that'll pretty much unlock like a good chunk of our inventory of songs. Like it's gonna unlock a lot of good ones from way back when. So we're excited. I'm excited to do that, and also Drew and I are planning one of these days to sit down and figure out visuals. And you can talk more about that actually.
Yeah, it's such a sad story. Such a sad.
What
story.
about the visuals, or is it
Yeah,
just,
so
like,
at the Lost Room, they had a projector at the last show we played at.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm really into. I also do like post production stuff for video, and so I was scouring the interwebs, and I was looking through this old archival websites to like find like early '60s space themed videos.
Yeah.
And I would just dice them up and just pick out the juiciest parts, and I edited together a trippy montage that was like a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
And so I was, the day before the show, I was like, I'm getting it together, we're gonna make it happen. Click exporting just straight to my drive, and right there and then my drive decides, I don't know why, but it decides to crash.
Whoa.
And I lost everything.
Damn.
And I spent all week editing that too.
I know, you were so excited.
Yeah,
like, we were chatting about it, like,
Yeah,
you know,
so-
throwing off ideas.
So yeah, so that's in the docket though, because I still want to have like rockets and space and science-y kind of esque stuff going on in the background too. Yeah, but
yeah, well, shit happens, and like
I mean, we still played the show, so
that's good.
It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like all the masters for Second Star are in a crashed hard drive.
Oh really?
Really?
Yeah, like it's just done.
Gone now.
It's just done. Like it's set in stone at this point, I guess.
It turned into stars.
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, it's out there. It's Stardust. But yes, I feel like a lot of it's just a funny fucking like modern problem that we
I
have
know.
where like amnesia does not only belong to people, but it also belongs to the devices that we rely on so much.
Yeah, like Crash
And-
Bandicoot.
Yeah, which by the way, like that. We were reading an article about the
How they
Crash
redo
Bandicoot
Crash
remaster.
Bandicoot,
Yeah, so
yeah.
they rebooted Crash Bandicoot for PS4, which I was just playing when you guys were on your way. But they wrote an entire article about like they actually had to redo a lot of the graphics and pretty much like the code
It's
base.
not a remaster because they didn't base it off of the old stuff because their hard drive crashed.
They had to,
really? No
they
way.
had to do the entire.
They
They had to
basically-
redo. They had to redo the entire code base because a lot of the hard drives were lost and crashed, and just like they had to pretty much like overhaul the entire
Yeah.
thing. And I feel like it's such an interesting problem to
Could
run
you
into as a
imagine
modern
explaining that?
artist. Sorry,
Could you
what?
imagine explaining that to the CEO?
Oh god,
Like,
yeah.
somebody got fired for sure.
No, I think I knew they were up
Like
against
an,
it.
like an entire department or something.
It's like, I mean, come on, like you were working on Crash Bandicoot like what 10, 15
They
years
probably
ago.
weren't expecting to do
They weren't
it.
expecting
Yeah.
to do a reboot.
Yeah.
Someone
I'm
has
sure
Just
they
like we
were.
weren't expecting to replay Second Star.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, no, you
Coming back
make
to
a
this.
you
Yeah.
make a really good point because like Second Star, I wrote like I was told in, and I keep telling you guys like I wrote Second Star, not with the intention of playing it live.
Right,
So
yeah.
it's like layers and layers and layers of music that I don't even know how to play anymore in terms of like getting the effects like really straight to
Yeah.
to what's on the record.
Right. Yeah.
So we're figuring out a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
We're figuring out a lot of that stuff. But yeah, it's such an interesting problem to have like as a modern artist to be reliant on these devices that may fail on you or may not.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Hard drive
They
to
shortcut
crash.
Hard drives, man.
the process,
Yeah.
but like
Magnets.
having to
Yeah.
redo it.
There's a guy who lives in Burbank who makes bank because his like,
Recovers?
profession is he restores hard drives.
Yeah.
And
That's-
all the
That's a
Hollywood
lucrative business.
Yeah, and he's like the best at it. And all the Hollywood studios, they go to him.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, I want
And
to
he
know.
has like a lab where you have to wear.
That's awesome. Yeah.
a white coat.
What?
Or you can just stick your hard drive into the freezer overnight.
Does
No,
that
that's-
slows down.
And then your
Does-
hard drive tastes like Kool-Aid after.
Yeah. Slows down the spinning motion.
Dip it in
Slows
rice
down the
grains.
spinning motion.
And then
So basically, the idea is that a lot of the hard drives that fail are often failing due to clicking sounds. That's pretty much like the symptom that we all know. But technically, a clicking sound means that like the hard drive is getting stuck at some point. Sticking it into a freezer for like 24 to 48 hours pretty much like slows down that entire process, so that when the hard drive is spinning again,
Oh, okay.
it spins like slower, so it's more meticulous and it's actually more deliberate when it's spinning.
Yeah.
That's the theory behind the
Did
the
the
hard
transfer
drive freezing
speed,
thing.
the transfer speed, did it slow down?
too.
It might, but the thing is like it's pretty much just like jump starting a car. Like you only have to do it that one time, but like as soon as it starts, you're good to go.
Ah.
You're just trying to get that over that hump basically. is what
Oh,
it is.
I
see.
see. What if that whole hard drive crash is just like a conspiracy? Like,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother podcast right there.
Stuff you should know.
yeah. Or you know.
Yeah.
There you go.
I have this. So for this next one, I actually have this segment called this, that, and I'm gonna throw you guys some like questions, and you guys just give me a one-word answer. And I mean, it doesn't have to be one word. Like I just kind of give you like this or that. You just have to answer it. So here we go. I mean, I'll just give you one as an example. So
Okay.
cats or dogs?
Dog.
Dogs.
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 Fuck yeah, dogs. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Team
Yes.
dogs.
Dog.
Doggy dogs.
Shout out to Henry.
Shout out to Biscuit. Biscuit.
All right, next one would be like, when you listen to music, what hits you first? Rhythm, melody, or lyrics?
Melody.
Rhythm.
Rhythm.
Oh man, it's tough. I think it's.
Guitar riffs.
I think it would be rhythm.
Rhythm?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, but I'm glad we all, most if not all of us, like went with rhythm.
Not me,
Not you. Why is that? Why is that?
because I'm a melody person.
You are.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm a rhythm person.
Yeah.
Like I was leaning more towards melody, but then it's like I feel like rhythm drives it.
You know how to
when
play
I,
drums, man.
like when
Oh,
I
sure.
when I can't sleep at night, I don't have beats in my head. I have like a melody that I'm like working out. You know.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
voices.
Harmonies and stuff like that.
I see. All right, here's a next one. Explosions in the sky, or this will destroy you.
This will destroy you. Come on.
Explosions.
Oh, man.
Explosions.
It's also really tough.
that's tough.
Everybody answers sporadically, and all of a sudden it's like, doom.
Oh
It's
man.
like a spotlight on it.
Yeah.
This will destroy you.
Yeah.
Young Mountain, it's just like it hits.
Young Mountain's a fucking
It hits me
classic.
like a
Hell yeah, dog.
Who said explosions though?
These two, yeah,
These
Denise.
two.
Denise and Drew.
I respect that. What can I do a follow up question
Sure,
to that?
go for it,
I just
yeah.
want to know. Like, I'm super curious. Like, do you guys have like a favorite record by Explosions or not really?
Not really.
Not really.
No, it was more of like when it was an experience I had where I was moving out here from Michigan 2 years ago, and I was driving through South Dakota, and it was just miles of flat plains.
Yeah.
And I decided one day to go to like this national park, which is literally just miles of grass, like Microsoft background desktop, that kind of green grass, you know.
Windows
I love
97.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Fuck yeah.
So I parked my car literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. But I had service, thank God. So I pulled up Explosions, and I was just
Nice.
like, and I just stargazing and listening to that, and I fell asleep and like woke up the next day and had a sunburn.
Oh, wow.
Dude, scenery and road trip goes really hand in hand with post rock. Like, you know,
Yeah.
No, I agree. I have a story about Explosions.
Yeah.
So I saw them at Pomona. I was actually covering the show. I used to do a lot of show photography.
Oh, really?
For Restless Cities, yeah.
Okay.
R.I.P. But I don't know. Like Zet's like so busy with other things.
Yeah.
Love her to death. Like she deserves like all the accolades. But so I was covering this their mid Coachella show, like between weekend 1 and weekend 2. They were playing at Pomona in Glass House.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I went there and I covered the whole show, and I had my whole camera bag with me and all that shit. And you know, sometimes you just have to like have a demo of once like Snowflakes in your camera bag. So then I have it, and I cover it because usually like when you cover shows, they only give you like 3 songs to be in the photo pit and then you're out.
Yeah.
So I do my 3 songs, and then I watch the whole thing, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm in awe. So then they were double billing with We Were Promised Jetpacks, who were fucking amazing. So then Explosions were taking a break at the time, and then I stepped out, and then I see them just like having a cigarette at the back of the Glass House.
Yeah.
So then I come up to Munaf,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yo, I love your music. Like, you are the reason why I make music. Here's a demo. I don't care if you don't listen to it, just here. So I gave him like Rewriting Icarus and Second Star, pretty much. So he has it somewhere there. I don't know if he listened to it, but the idea that I was able to just like share that moment with him,
Yeah.
like, means a lot to me as a musician, as an artist.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Were
Were
you
Zooming off, shout out.
Were you starstruck? Like,
I totally fucking was. I mean, like, it's Explosions, you know? Like, it's one of those things where it's like the pillar of our music. It's like me, like, watching Friday Night Lights and just, like, getting super fucking amped up.
That's right. Yeah.
I know. Clear eyes, full hearts can't lose, man. Like, that shit just, like... it's so deep in me that the love that I have for that show and the music for that show especially. Though I think their contract ended at like season 4 or something. But the fact that they started with Explosions, being a Texas band, being a Texas show, that means a lot to me. Because I'm all about like cultivating local art and local like artists and shit. So it was fucking awesome.
Right on, dude.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now for the next one, I'll do like a similar thing. It's a bit kind of different, but Mogwai or Toe?
Mogwai.
Oh.
Sorry.
Mogwai.
I would say Toll. Sorry, guys.
Wow, that's
No, that's fine. I mean,
It's
it's
kinda
so
like a split.
respectable.
It's
It's
like-
hard.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Yeah, it's like a split decision, like
Yeah.
so far.
What about you?
Oh, that's hard. Like in my left ear, I could hear like Rano Pano going on,
Yeah.
and then like I hear like Two Moon from like Toe, and I was like,
Uh,
oh my god.
Oh,
Like,
totally. One thing I will say though is the reason why I picked Mogwai is because of the fact that they use fuzz and like they have a signature fuzz sound and fuzz tone.
Oh, okay.
It's like I get that like Toe has their own signature sound too, but like the idea that like because I learned how to use fuzz because of Mogwai. So
Got it.
Yeah, I say Mogwai just because their layers are like crazy.
Yeah.
I guess.
yeah, it's like how do you fucking master that shit? It's crazy. I don't even know.
It's hella heavy,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
All right,
It is
next.
fucking heavy.
All right, next one. Smash Mouth or Sugar Ray?
Sugar Ray.
Sugar
all
Ray.
day. Sugar Ray all day.
Sugar Ray.
Come on.
I'm gonna go with Smash Mouth only because weird internet nihilism.
Yeah.
The living meme, like
Yeah.
The living me.
Every time he says, "Hey, now," the bass distorts by 2 dB.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
definitely Smash Mouth.
All right, yeah. I have like just a couple more. Okay, Kendrick or J. Cole?
Kendrick, hands down. I mean, come on.
Kendrick.
I don't listen to J. Cole.
No.
Yeah, I like Kendrick.
Yeah, that's an obvious one,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
Ooh,
I
I'm
mean,
so
I'm
glad
super
we're
biased
unified
because
on that.
Kendrick's so-
Yeah.
Yeah, Kendrick all the way, especially with Damn. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, hands down.
Definitely, man. All right, for the last one, it's gonna be just a fill in the blank. Bones like Snowflakes is.
Stay.
Ethereal.
Bay and Ethereal. That's good.
Is a band.
It's a
It's wow, one word. I mean, like to be able to just like kind of capture the lightning in a bottle of the experience that we've had so far as coming from the bedroom to a studio to a live show where like people come to see us is something incredible that I would love to put into one word. So I would have to say an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
one, man.
Those are 2 words though.
And experience. I
I'm
don't know. I
joking.
don't know.
mixed
Sorry.
bag.
Is
Sorry.
Two words.
is experience?
Yeah,
Would that make
Yeah.
make sense?
It
Experiential.
would make sense.
Yeah.
Grammatically, like it's kind of iffy, but yeah,
Experience.
it's experience. Yeah.
Is experience.
It's an experience.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
say that, you know. Yeah, dude. I think I pretty much like asked everything that like I wanted to ask, but like so on this podcast I end the show with one of the band's songs. I was thinking we should play a Bones Like Snowflakes song, and I was wondering like what song would you guys like to go with?
Sure, man. What do you guys think? What do you guys want to do?
I
What do we
asked,
end with?
Caitlin?
Last time we ended
No,
with Make Ready.
like
Make
Yeah.
ready.
actually my favorite Bones Like Snowflakes song is the third track from
Second star.
Star.
Yeah. Hello, this is the winter of your discontent.
Yeah. It's just
Which is a line from Reality Bites, actually.
The third
Yeah.
track is The World Is Gold and Yours.
That's So
I,
third
second
is
track.
fourth.
Fourth is The Hello You Have Reached the Winter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello,
that
Hello,
one.
your
That
winter
one.
of your
Yeah,
discontent,
but yeah, Winter Discontent.
Yeah.
Is my favorite song.
Winter of Discontent's a good song.
Yeah, you guys want to go with that one?
Are you guys cool with that?
All right.
I like that song, so yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Let's fucking do it then. Well, first of all, thank you so much for
Thank you,
participating
man.
in
No,
this.
yeah,
It was
thanks
a lot
for
of-
coming.
it was a lot
It
of
was
fun.
fun.
When does the interview start?
Interview starts now.
that was Bones Like Snowflakes. If you want to hear more of their music, then check out the Bandcamp link in the description box below. Also check out Marvin J's Ring Roads Media. Their videos are pretty awesome, so look into that. More podcast episodes are coming, so don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. My name is Kazu, and I'll see you again on one and only Large K Podcast. Peace!